Hi guys and welcome to Miss Chari. Today is July 1, 2025 and it's already rainy season here in Manila, but no worries because we're ready with our shorts. I'm gonna show you how to easily attach elastics or garters in our unisex short. Anyway, it's rainy season here, so that's why I made my hobby a new pair of shorts. And on the side, I'm gonna flex a bit, okay, show you a bit, okay, some of my new tools and stuff from Lazada. So it's a sewing hole. And this is the second project. It's a bowl cozy, and I'm going to show you the importance of knowing how to sew darts to make curves. But first things first, it's all about the shorts. Okay, so it's either pay a high price for the shorts or make your own. This garter or elastics I bought from Garter King from Lazada. This is only around 132 pesos give and take. And I really love this because it's more durable. You can feel by the texture of the material that it's going to last. So that's why I chose this instead of that pink one. So now I am marking let's say the four corners of this elastic, okay, making sure that everything is well marked in the front and as well as in the back, because you never know what you're going to be handling while you're sewing. Shout out to Ninang Dora for making me those shorts. I love those shorts, so that's why I am copying the same pattern. I'm making shorts all over again with the same pattern. Okay, so you have the elastic and okay, so I'm attaching the back side of the shorts with the elastic and making sure that I am attaching at the opposite side of the elastic, which is in the front side. So tug it a bit and just make sure that your elastic is straight. And then you'll see that the short is divided into two, and that's where you will attach the other part of the elastic. Flip it over. Okay, so this is where, okay, divide the shorts in two and you'll see a natural hem, okay, a natural divide, okay, and then that's where you'll attach the opposite of the elastic. So if you'll imagine it, it's like four corners and the opposite of the front and back and left and right. Since Miss Marty's been eating this happy tummy, this is not paid promotion. Her coat's been like so white and she's so fluffy. She's so healthy. So we're back with the project. As you can see, it's a front and it's a back and front, a left and a right. Okay, so in between the front and, for example, the right, divide or fold the fabric into two, and you'll see there is also another place to pin your elastic. So this is what I am doing. It is very simple. I mean, I made it simple because that's what I've learned so far when I researched about making shorts, because I had to learn. What I've learned about making these shorts is when I was handling the fabric, it was really soft. Okay. So, as you can see, this is the front, the back of our shorts, and a little bit of a setback there, but it's okay. Singer, okay, this singer is around 11,000 to 14,000 give and take. You'll be able to buy a singer for as cheap as 8,000 pesos. Okay, so the point is, from the first pin, you kind of tug in. Okay, so as you can see, I'm tugging in. Okay, so this is like another pin, but you'll have to tug in, making sure, excuse me, that the elastic in the fabric is all sewn together. Okay, this is your only job. Make sure, and also make sure that you are not sewing your hands, because it almost happened to me before. Okay, and I'm kind of flipping over. Okay, just to flipping over the fabric, just to hide the elastic. While I was doing this, I was having a nice conversation with hubby. He was having his coffee. So it's such a pleasant day so far. Not too fast and not too slow for this day. So that's why. But as you can see, the only thing I'm doing is that I'm making sure everything is all the parts of the elastic is covered. I mean, okay, and this is when, okay, so if you check on the position of our, what do you call that? So I don't know what it's called, but our needle, okay, so it is in a particular point. It's not going ori left and right. Okay, so you must make sure that you're sewing straight. Okay, and as you can see, I did a good job there. I'm quite happy. It looks so big, but when he fitted it, it was really nice. Even my cat loved it. So there you go. And now we have our hole. Okay, this one I have a list here. So I ordered this patches from Global Lifestyle from LAZADA. Okay, those are patches. You're supposed to sew them if you want by hand. If you have like a plain black bag, so you just want, you have a message and it'll kind of pop over there in your bag. So yeah, this can be sewn by hand. Might be nice if you use a white thread. Okay, that one, see the good, is a Love Heart Dice Patch Personality. It's only 35 pesos. It's not even $1. That one is a 7-piece assorted mixed pattern cotton fabric handmade crafts, which is only 69 pesos, 68.51 pesos to be exact. And the other one is also 68. Let's say give and take, it's only 70 pesos. And it's always nice, even if it's not so good. These are not premium fabrics, but as you can see, some are eye-catching. So let's see, 7, so it's around 10 pesos per patch, I think. Okay, this is a premium fabric which I bought for 140 pesos give and take, but it's the best already. So you can buy per yard instead of buying this. But if you like so many different patterns, maybe you're quilting or maybe you're just making a simple project, you don't want to bother your nice fabrics or expensive fabrics, this would be good. Or if you are just starting out, it's only 70 pesos. So it's like 10 pesos per one of those. It's funny because I didn't order that. It just came in with the batch. I didn't know what I was getting, but it's not. It's let's say it's a nomination for my pincushion, which I am still to do. I'm yet to do. Sorry, and it looked like my mug. Okay, so now we are in our Bold Cozy, and this is the last project. Okay, so I made this live online in TikTok at YT Miss Cherry. So let's see. So instead of using a normal batting, so I use an old towel. That's why the texture is uneven. Okay, so I'm showing you the size of our bowl cozy. There you go. The important thing is whenever you're cutting the fabric, okay, put the uncut fabric on top of your palm and then put the bowl on top of it. Just make sure that the fabric is at least higher than the tip of the bowl. So that's how you'll know the size of the fabric. I think give and take, it won't fail. Okay, because they never say about this. They would say this is the size of the bowl cozy we're making, but they never really tell you how they got the size. Okay, so this part is quite easy. So we're just making a dart here. If you want to see a dart, you can check out your brassiere or your bra. Okay, so your intimates, they have curves in them because of the shape of our private parts. Okay, so that's why if you need to make for curves or so for curved parts like the hips or the bosom or the breasts, you must know how to make darts. Okay, so it'll solve your problems. And this is how easy it is to make. Okay, so I'm making a knot there. Just in case you don't know how, that's the easiest way to make knots. Okay, so it's always nice to be sewing. You know, you'll be making nice things with very minimal expense. So that's why I love it. And whenever you sew something, you don't really need to finish it right on the spot. Okay, so we're in the darts. You're in the so you have the top, the bottom, left and right. So you make darts for them. And then you attach one fabric with a towel, or how many towels you want, just to protect your hand from the heat. And then you attach another fabric there. And all of them should have darts on the top, the bottom, the left, and the right. Okay, so let's see. So as you can see, we're trying to assemble the darts, but it will be uneven. This project is going to be uneven because this is an upcycled towel. Okay, some parts are a bit bulkier than the other parts. Okay, but we're not aiming for perfection. Okay, so like the patch said, okay, so practice, not perfection. Okay, so just make sure. Okay, so one dart should be on the left, the other part should be on the opposite side of it. It's because you're trying to avoid the bulk. I've long wanted this bowl cozy because every time I'm eating ramen, I'm only using a rag or maybe, what do you call that? So pot holders. So sometimes they're smelly, yeah, because they're for kitchen. So I don't like them holding them whenever I'm eating. So that's why I wanted to make this bowl cozy and something nice. I tried erasing those pen marks. They're supposed to go if they're heated. I don't know what's happening. But maybe when I put them in the laundry, they'll fade. But I'm crossing my fingers for that. Okay, so the objective here only is to pin, sew, stitch everything together. That's it. Do as you like. Okay, so let's see. So everything seems okay here. And I'm doing it pretty fast in my free time because I've prepared my fabric and needle, yeah, in advance. So it is helpful just to be more efficient. Okay, so these knots, they're going to go away. I'm gonna cut them off later on after finishing everything. So at the end, you'll see. Okay, so again, the objective is just making sure everything is attached together at the right place because you don't want them to be moving whenever you're sewing by hand. Okay, so the point here is you can make an angle or a curved line for this. So the first thing I did to make a curve, okay, just to make it more rounded or maybe design it a bit, instead of a rectangle, a square. Okay, so what I did is I cut it and then I rounded out the edges a bit. Now we're here in the binding part. As you can see, I am so proud. I found this fabric. It's so nice. So I'm kind of preparing to make a kilt for picnic. But anyway, it's rainy season. I don't feel like doing it anymore, but at least I made it into a bowl cozy, so that's why I'll be able to see the fabric every time it's a bit gloomy. Okay, this is such a nice fabric. Okay, so let's see. This is one of my earliest projects, and this one is for transferring images. So if you have a picture, so that Aaron, you can transfer your pictures on the shirt. I made it before, but I kind of lost the footage. Okay, so as you can see here, it's very simple. So we have folded the fabric in quarters or in 4 parts just to make it into a binding. And this is a very important part because remember, this is an upcycled towel. So with binding, you can make it look more decent and more even. I'm trying to teach people in TikTok how to sew, so I'm kind of sewing live. Sometimes I see people like around 150 to 250 people trying to look into how it's made. Maybe I just want to demystify how it is to hand stitch, because this is finished. Our bowl cozy is finished. Just look at that. So we just hand stitched it, and you have it in there for your hot soup and ramen in rainy days. Okay? So, but I had other plans just after the snack. So I thought about, okay, so I've proven that I can make a bowl cozy using hand stitch. But now I am keeping it. It is mine. So I'm going to use my my sewing machine, just to make sure everything is more durable, that everything is going to be fortified with the actual sewing machine. Because stitches from the sewing machine, they're really even, they're really cool. But the bulky parts, I'm not doing that. But as you can see, the stitches, they're divine. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. Idiom means that the real value, quality, or success of something can only be judged after it has been tried, used, or experienced. Okay, so this is the difference. So that's why it is really cool to have a Singer sewing machine. Mine is a Singer denim, so it can go through different kinds of denim, and it is more forgiving. And I'm a beginner. I'm such a beginner, so that's why I keep on buying it. And yeah, just cleaning this up, and this is good to go. So I just want to tell you, for those people who's been watching, trying to learn a bit on the side about sewing, thank you very much, for being here with us in Miss Chat.